you want to start learning Spanish, but you don't know where to start. There are many ways to do it, methods, ton of apps, all of which promise you that you will reach fluency by using them. Most of them don't tell you the whole story because they are trying to sell you something. They are not necessarily lying to you, but they are not telling you the whole truth. What I want to tell you here are the things that I observed are most important in the process of learning Spanish. This comes from my experience as a teacher of students who are complete beginners to the most advanced students who sometimes know more Spanish than I do. Also, I am a student. I have learned English as a young adult and continue learning it. And I can get by in French. I have studied other languages at a very basic level as well. Hola, soy Laura y si estás interesado o interesada en cómo aprender español, este video es para ti. I want to tell you 7 points that I consider very important. Your learning process is unique. Your story is unique. No one else has the same background as you. So, the time frame for your learning process is different from everyone else. Learning Spanish means that you are entering a new culture and a different way to express thoughts and feelings. It isn't just about learning words and sentences, so I recommend connecting with the culture as soon as possible. How? At the beginning with music, and connecting with native speakers as soon as possible. I honestly cannot imagine learning a living language without connecting with people. Personally, I like to speak the language that I'm learning from the very beginning. When I was learning Swahili, I started speaking it right away. First with language transfer, and then with a teacher on Italki. We would speak simple sentences in Swahili, but most of the explanations were in English. That way, I started speaking from day one and also got to know her. She's from Kenya and she grew up speaking 3 languages: English, Swahili, and Kikuyu. Awesome. When it comes to reading, it's different. My advice would be to avoid reading at the very beginning. If your intention is to communicate in the language, it's more beneficial to listen to the language first. When you see the written letters, you are going to want to associate that letter with the sound that you know in your native language. Reading is great. It's also important in order to connect with the culture. But wait a few months before you start reading. Have clear goals. Having short, medium, and long-term goals can help. And also, your medium and long-term goals can change. But you need to start by defining your short-term goals and make them happen. Your goals also define how you face your language journey. Maybe you are preparing for a trip, so learning specific sentences tailored to your trip is the way to go. But if you have long-term goals, consider combining different methods. For example, with my French, I don't have a specific time frame to learn more, and I don't want to invest a lot of money right now. So, listening to comprehensible input, listening to music, it's fine, it's relaxed. So, when I want to put more work into it, I won't be so rusty. On the contrary, I have acquired some knowledge. In contrast with English, I'm different. I know specific things that I need to work on. So it's not enough just listen. I need to be very intentional and mindful in the ways that I study and talk with people. Implicit learning is fundamental in the process. Implicit learning happens when you are not trying to learn rules. You want to understand a message in Spanish, but you not consciously trying to understand how the language works in that message. You need two things in order to learn this way. The message shouldn't be too complex for you to understand the context, and you should be focused on the message itself. If you love birds, science, literature as I do, finding content in Spanish on those topics is one of the best things that you can do in your learning journey. As an adult learner, it's different from being a child learner. Everything about your first language will influence your second language. That's not bad at all. It just means that you are going to need many different resources and methods to learn. And nowadays you have many different options. Enjoy the process. Try to find resources and people who will make you enjoy the process. Y gracias por ver este video. Espero que estos consejos sean útiles para tu proceso de aprendizaje.